Alrighty guys, welcome on back to some more Trails Beyond the Horizon. Last episode, we made it to the bottom of the underground bunker in the President's capital. And upon getting there, defeated Mirabelle in a fight where, once we approached where Agnes was supposed to be kept, we learned that her and Dominique had actually escaped. And with nowhere else to go, the President himself invited us to watch the rocket launch with him. But before we were able to do that, we came here to the Grim Garden where we completed the 9th and final floor, getting our S rank and learning that Novertis actually might not be who he says he is. Seems like he also might be from a different time or dimension, but before we got the answer to that, the Grand Master of Ouroboros herself showed up and told us that she'd see us in the next act. Well, probably the next game or the next thing she has in motion. And so guys, with all of our side content completed, in this episode, there's only one last thing for us to do, and that is to complete all of the remaining connection events. But before that, if you guys do like this video and the series, make sure to hit that subscribe button. It'll really help me out, and I'll make sure you don't miss the upcoming videos. With all that out of the way, let's get into it. So I'm going to be honest, if you guys don't care about connection events, this video is not for you. I will cover a couple things just real quick, but like after we're done covering these couple of missed things, I'm just going to be doing connection events till this episode's over. That being said, this is going to be the longest episode and probably just the most, I don't want to say boring because I like connection events. There's only so many I can take at once. That being said, what's really fun is that it's looking like this series is going to be a 60 episode series just like Daybreak 2. I just find that very fun. But yeah, we have a couple of small things I want to cover before we do anything else. The first is that we go to our orbiments and we go to customize, grinding out some Sepith. So the only character that we have left is we have one unopened slot with Altina here. And when we open this up, we'll get the achievement for fully unlocking all 24 characters' orbiment slots. I did just want to show that off on camera here. On top of that, what I did was I ran the first floor of the garden and fought the boss over and over and over again with max speed up on, until I was able to get MVP with every single character. So everybody gets some skill stones. I waited to collect those just so you guys could see that I did in fact do all of this off camera. It honestly didn't take that long, especially with speed up mode on, because your characters are strong enough to either one or two shot most of the enemies. Honestly, getting all Tina's was the hardest just because she doesn't have an S-craft that does damage. And then right here, for all Zyphos unlocked, 24 out of 24, meaning we really don't have much left. With that done, we also can go to our to-do list before we hop into our connection events, and we can just start turning in all of these gem cards. I should have 2 for most people, unless, even 3 it seems like. This should actually max out a lot of people's connection events before, or connection levels, before we even hop into the connection events. There are characters like Aaron who, looks like I actually am not going to be able to max him out because I didn't finish, I guess I didn't watch enough movies with him. That is a possibility, unfortunately. I don't actually know if there's an achievement for getting everybody's max connection events. Regardless, in order to get 100%, you do have to do a second playthrough either way, so you can just get those on the second playthrough. I don't know if you can re-give gifts that you already gave out on your first playthrough. Also, I'm just going to show you guys how to speed this up even quicker. Go to your options, go to speed up on the field, crank that up to the max, and then if we just go this again, you're going to see it's going to go so much faster when we click A even quicker. There's Yorta completed. But yeah, I don't know if you can actually give the same gifts again on a second playthrough. I don't know if you can rewatch connection events either. But on the plus side, you could just watch a movie with the characters you're missing out on. But I think all your side characters like Celis, Leon, Risha, all the people with only 3 stars, you should be able to max out with just their gifts because you cannot watch movies with them. Is Renne not going to get maxed out? Oh wait, no, we still have connection events with Renne we can watch.
I'll keep it safe.
There's Fee maxed, and Crow maxed, and Toa, maybe not. No, it's like, which is weird actually. I don't know how I didn't max it out with Toa. There's Swin, and there's Rufus, and Lapis is going to be a little bit short as well because we didn't watch all the connection events. And there we go. Now, let's go ahead and change that back over to what I had it set to before. And we can get our 12 bonds maxed and 18 bonds maxed rewards. Yes, looks like there is an achievement for getting all connection events maxed out. Unfortunately, we are still missing a few, but we'll be able to get them done here soon. So with that, guys, that is all of the side content I wanted to cover. At this point, all I'm going to be doing is watching connection events. So if you guys don't want to sit here and watch it, I'll see you guys in the finale. For those that do, get ready to buckle up because there's going to be some breaks in here for myself just as we're going. So let's go to connection events. Honestly, we're just going to go down the line. We're going to do Vans, so we're going to be hitting Renne, Quatre, Bergard, Shizuna, Renne, and that's it. So let's do it, guys. I don't remember where all these took place, so I have to try to figure it out as we go. Yo, you came. You did invite me, you know. Onyas and the others should be here in a bit. Gotta say, I've been wondering how big a crowd you draw in the capital. But I never expected you to sell the place out. Of course I did. And I didn't skip on the advertising either. Got inspired by the 4 SPGs and had my friends spread some rumors. Then I threw some videos of my performances in Longport onto the Orbital net, keeping some things secret, of course. That'd do the trick. It's a pretty striking performance after all. Wait, keeping some things secret? You mean like how you're a dude? It'll get a real buzz after going forward, don't you think? Just watch. I'm gonna drop a bomb on all these folks before sending them packing. Oh boy. Yo, Aaron. Sid, Doc, you both made it, huh? Damn straight. You think I'm gonna pass up a chance to see you perform in the capital? I plan on enjoying my trip, so don't do anything crazy and end up hurting yourself. Yeah, you don't have to worry about me. Oh, there he is. Yo, thanks for the tickets, bro. I'm so excited. There's going to be a new show here of all places. I heard the leading lady is a smoking hot Eastern woman. I cannot wait to see her. Enjoy the show. It's been a while since I've seen a performance like this. I doubt you'll be as good as Yufa, but I'm willing to see what you're made of. Just you wait. I promise I'll show you a dance that's as good as the old ladies. If you guys did not know Aaron's backstory, he is... honestly, it's very similar to... I don't want to say Kabuki theater, because I don't think it is. But it's where in like Eastern cultures, where the men perform... or the men performers and dancers would dress up as women. Ugh, looks like everyone's finally gotten a turn with the man of the hour. Seems like you've had no trouble making friends here. I swear your social circle gets bigger every time I see you. I mean, I have been living in the capital for a while. This is par for the course. If they'd all been able to make it, my pals would have filled the place on their own. Putting your popularity aside, you're really going all in for this event. The stage here doesn't seat as many as the theater in Longport, making this a relatively small audience. But you still stepped up for the lead role and even handled the marketing. Yeah, well, it's only natural to give each and every performance my all. Still, this event's kind of the perfect opportunity for me. I've made so many new friends here and forged bonds with people from all over. Now I've finally gotten them all together to show them something I'm really proud of. By doing this, I think I'll finally be able to figure some things out. Some things, huh? You mean what Sal said to you a few months back? I would gladly welcome you into my Lee family should you decide to join. Your first order of business, however, should be deciding what path you wish to follow. Sound like I've been mulling over what that jackass said this whole time. It's just, I know all too well that I'm still immature. Lost a lot because of it. I've hurt a lot of people. So I'll do anything to get stronger, to grow up. Whether it's the path of the warrior or the way of the performer, I know they'll guide me toward being able to protect those I care about. Well said. Ladies and gentlemen, the show will begin shortly. Please take your seats. Crap, got caught up in the conversation. I better get changed. Go on then. Show me just how much you've grown since leaving Longport. Leave it all on the stage. You ain't gotta tell me twice. You've already grown, kid. Strong enough to upstage the tyrant, even. Shortly thereafter, Agnes and the others arrived and took their seats before the performance began. A few minutes later, the curtains rose. Incredible. Damn, not bad at all. He's even better than when he was when we saw him in Longport. He's improved his skills since we performed together, too. That's how you play it. Eren, it was you this whole time? Now. Yeah, let's go, Eren. Hell yeah, that was incredible. That's our boy up there.
Never knew I could move like that. I can aim even higher.
I think he's figured some things out. Billy, just how much more is he going to grow? I'd say he's one step closer to finishing your little assignment, wouldn't you?
It would be a problem if he wasn't. I expect great things from you, Eren. And when that which lurks in the shadows comes to light, I hope you'll overcome your fate.
The curtains closed on a rousing success, and after congratulating Eren with everyone else, Van left to meet back up with Yorda. That was the first night, I believe. Oh no, it looks like we might actually be able to max everybody out. I guess I didn't realize that you don't need to view movies with them if you've well, I don't know. Maybe you have to view it at least one time. All right, let's do Eren number 2. There's something I should do before I head out there. Eren then took Van out of the city. I don't sense any monsters nearby. Looks like nothing's gonna get in our way here. Is there a reason we had to come all the way out here just to warm up? What's going through your... Hey now, what's the big idea? Just shut up and get ready. Surprise attacks ain't uncommon in actual combat. Don't you go holding back now, got it? Oh, so that's how it is. If a fight's what you want, I'd be happy to oblige. Here I come. And so the two began their practical combat training. Eren relied on his Gekka school sword skills, while Van used a hollow style of his Kunlun martial arts, as well as various tricks. Huh? Damn, you're flickering coins at me? You're one crafty asshole. Well, I had to take a gamble. It was all I could come up with to put a stop to your acrobatics. Though I doubt whatever foe you're dreaming up is going to use tricks like that. Probably not. Considering the guy used Gekka school martial arts, you're guessing he's from the East, yeah? Is it just me, or are you obsessed with him? I mean, I get that he's wielding the same style as you and all. How can I not be after witnessing such incredible martial arts firsthand? And it ain't just him. Every one of those masked jackasses is something else. So how can I just sit on my ass and do nothing? Even if the Heavenly Mother might forgive me, I won't forgive myself for letting those bastards do as they please. That's why I'll be using you to improve my martial arts. I hope you're ready. Going to say no when you went through all the trouble of picking me up as your punching bag. As said, it'd be better if...
I see you've already warmed up.
Fawn? Oh, good. Glad you could make it. Thanks for coming all this way despite your busy schedule. Once I got your message, I did my best to carve out some time. I had to, seeing as it's all for Eren. Van, did you... I mean, I had a pretty good idea what you wanted from me. But fighting someone with a weird-ass style like me ain't gonna do much to improve your own martial arts. What you need is a fellow student of the Gekka school. A master. I will be your opponent today, Eren. I face you not as the next head of the Liu family, nor as the vice president of the Kowloon Bank, but as a master of the Gekka School of Martial Arts. From what I heard, he used to be an assistant instructor. Apparently it's been a hot minute since he was on the front lines, though. For real? I remember when you used to help train me when I was just a twerp. Doubt I could ask for a better training partner. You can still go, right? Don't worry, I may not have dueled anyone recently, but I have never slacked in my training. Whether I get serious or not is up to you. Now you're talking. Get ready, Fawn. Ugh. I'm not even going to try to say that one. Ugh, how can you move like that? And weave in a talisman, no less. I admit, I'm used to being a bit pudgy. Asha never chides me about it on occasion. But is that all you've got, Aaron? Underestimate me. This is the one that would also unlock Aaron's S-Craft, if you did watch it originally. How long has it been since we last faced off like this? To think I used to train you when time permitted back in the day. Back when folks first started calling you Fondarin. Then you got busy and Ashinas started actually working for Heiwei. Even Gien started distancing himself from me. I don't mean to go on whining about the old man now, but back then you stood by my side. I still owe you for that. I did nothing to earn your gratitude, Aaron. In some ways, I'm just like my father. I'm still carrying the events of 40 years ago. You mean? To be honest, I was only 5 years old at the time, so I don't remember things clearly. But even so, I will never forget how Longport was in those days. It's been carved into me. Heiwei's demonic tyrant, the constant conspiracies and betrayal, the fear which clings to the city even now. The past is a curse, feeding on the present. It's responsible for the events of last year, and ones that took place even just a few months ago. Still, Heiwei is changing, little by little, especially now that Sao has started a new family. Even Ashin has found a way to shake off the past and look forward. That change continues with you, Aaron. Being with the Spriggan has really helped you find a new path for yourself.
How many times do I gotta tell you? I ain't part of Heiwei, and I ain't gonna be chained down by the past or the present. I'm gonna walk my own path.
As it should be. As it must be. Free yourself of even the dark machinations of fate itself. Break through all obstacles that lie before you. If you can believe in your friends and in yourself. I know you can do it, Aaron Way.
Was that the Ungula barrage?
Oh, my. Well done.
Had another breakthrough, huh? And so, Aaron was able to draw out more of his true potential. After everyone's wounds were tended to, Aaron and Vance said goodbye to Fawn, who left to return to the Kowloon Financial Bank. It looks like liberal so much. Just this road right here. Surprised he stuck around so long, considering how busy he is. Aaron is like a son to me, so I'm happy to help. His words. You're well loved, Mr. Prodigy. Can you stop calling me that already? But seriously, those are the things that make me, me. As long as you get it.
Believe in my friends and myself, and break through the machinations of fate, huh? Never thought Fawn would be the one to tell me stuff like that.
Guy's not wrong about Heiwei starting to change. You too, starting to believe in the path you've chosen for yourself, and finding new potential for who you can be.
That guy's just a big softy. He's supposed to be the next head of the Liu family, you know, and you're not much different. You could tell I've been in a funk and set all this up just to help me.
Hope I didn't overstep. I mean, I was perfectly happy to stand to the side and let you two go at it.
Quit screwing around. I gotta admit, though, I do feel a little better thanks to you. Doesn't matter what those vestiges are plotting. It won't change what I have to do. They won't be wreaking havoc on my watch. I'm gonna find those bastards and send them packing. And I'm gonna do it with my Gekka. As well as that Spriggan style I picked up from you.
I swear, you've got way more presence than when we first met. Prove to me that you ain't gonna lose to anyone, Aaron.
Of course I will. You'd better be there to revel in my victory.
And they returned to the city, met up with their friends, and resumed their work. And there we go. That is a max Aaron. Next on our list, I believe, is Quatre. We'll get started with his. Hey everyone, long time no see. Yo, been a while. Good to see you, Quatre. Thanks for coming to get us, and sorry for reaching out so last minute. Is this guy the boss you told us about? Yeah, this is Van. I asked him to help me show you guys around the capital. Yo, nice to meet y'all. Quatre told me you guys came here to check out the college open campus. Must be hard workers, seeing as you still got time before you gotta worry about graduating. No, not really. Honestly, this is mostly just an excuse to travel. The open campus is already over, so we're hoping to sneak in some sights before heading home. We figured it was the perfect chance to meet up with you. Then I better make sure I show you guys a good time. If possible, let's refrain from making this just a tour of the city's suites. Huh? Oh, sure. Totally. I swear, you have such a one-track mind. Now I'm kind of worried about what you have planned for Agnes's birthday. You have planned for Agnes's birthday, haven't you? Of course I have. Well, it's not like I'm not interested in sweets. Even though it's drizzling, I'd still like to do some sightseeing. Yeah, we don't really get to come here all that often. Alright, you can count on me. I'll take you to all the best spots in my awesome pickup. I was going to ask about it. It's one of Ingrid's Nightbreakers, right? I saw one at the Motor Pavilion before. It's wicked. Oh, you got a good eye, kid. Makes sense considering you're from Basel. You know what? I can fill you in on what I've done to customize this bad boy while I drive. Thanks, but no thanks. Wow, this place is so classy. You know, right? I've wanted to check it out ever since I read about it in the magazine. Apparently, the person who designed it graduated from the Basel Institute of Science. No wonder it feels so familiar. It's cool how they fused the two styles. Not to mention, the latte's here to die for. You folks must be exhausted, so I'd say we grab a drink before we get back on the road. Pair the lattes with some pancakes, and you're in for a real treat. No way we can kick off this tour without indulging in... Come on, Van. We barely started the tour. You won't hear any complaints from me. He's got me curious about the sweets here, to be honest. What about you, Quatre? Got any snacks to recommend? Oh, well, whenever I come here to work, I get... One of the things that makes these connection events so long, some of them, is the, 30-second to a minute loading screens we have. It's unfortunate. Wow, this movie theater is just as spectacular as that I'd heard. They're even showing that new movie. We never get these flicks at our tiny theater in Basel. Cities really set themselves apart in interesting ways, huh? We probably need improved infrastructure before we get more movies in Basel, or better yet, an improved OrbitalNet. You're right. Once streaming tech improves, movie theaters will... There they go again with all their technical terms. Once they start, there's no stopping them. Well, since we're already here, shall we catch a movie you won't see back home? Wow, we're so high up. If only it wasn't raining. Though, I have to admit, it adds to the ambiance. Quatre, come on, take a look. I'm good. I've been here before anyway, so... don't be like that. The fun is in looking together. Come on. Well, what do you think? The view's really nice. I'm glad we all got to see this together. Right? Nika never was one to take no for an answer. But that's part of what makes her so charming. Say, can we see your office from here? Sure, I don't see why not. It's only drizzling. Should be somewhere in that direction. I'm glad everyone is enjoying themselves. You've got some good friends, Quatre. All three of them. But did you really need me to tag along? Wouldn't it have been better to have some time alone? Oh, no, not at all. I'm grateful that you came with us. To be honest, I've been pretty anxious about today. It's been so long since I've seen them. I take it something happened. Sort of. It's mostly my fault. Even before I was aware of my surroundings, I was being brainwashed by the cult. It was only after Gran took me in that I was finally able to start living a normal life. That was when I finally started interacting with the world around me and found myself plagued by insecurity. I struggled with my feelings because of my body, neither male nor female. I found myself wanting to look cool in front of girls and getting bashful whenever Essie hugged me. Then I'd be just as fascinated by strong men and their indomitable spirits. Even my precious friends became the targets of my confusion. 3 of them have so much that I don't. I'm so proud to call them my friends. That eventually led me to asking myself, what am I? Just being around them started making me feel awkward and embarrassed, and eventually even guilty. So, you distanced yourself from them. Doesn't seem like you had any falling out, at least. Well, we did still meet up on occasion, but I think they can sense the wall I've built. To be honest, I was surprised when they said they wanted to meet up while they were in the capital. Aren't you overthinking things? Nobody needs some big important reason to hang out with their friends. You're one to talk, Van. From the sound of it, you made Elaine and Kincaid worry plenty after avoiding them for so long. Yeah, well, I learned my lesson over the last year. Besides, I think your friends know that you've changed. They may not know exactly what went down on Nemeth Island, but I'm sure they recognize that you found some answers for yourself. Friends notice things like that, even if you don't tell them anything. Is that how it is? Yeah, I guess you're right. I hope so, anyway. And so, after finishing the tour, the time came for Billy and the others to head back to Basel. Yeah, I can't believe it's already over. Time flies when you're having fun, huh? Thanks for everything, Quatre. You too, Van. I'm the one who should be saying thanks. Yeah, I barely did a thing. You had better come home every now and then, Quatre, and not just for work. She's right. Everybody at the college in the artisanal district and the Vern Company wants to see you. I'll do my best. Hey, guys. There's something I haven't been able to tell you. I've been hiding that I... Quatre, it's okay. You don't have to force yourself. Save it until you're ready. We always kind of knew you were struggling with something. Something that we probably can't help you with. But that doesn't mean we won't still be your friends. Yep. You don't gotta work yourself to lay everything bare right now. We're friends no matter what. Honestly, today's been kind of a relief. Yeah, you've gained so much confidence I almost didn't recognize you. I'm sure it's because you came out here to the capital and have Mr. Arkwright and the others to watch your back. Yeah, you're right, and I'm immensely proud of that. I'll make sure to drop by the next time I'm home. We can hang out just like the old times. Heck yeah, we'll be looking forward to it. See? Wasn't I right?
You were. Thanks, Van, for everything.
Yeah, I haven't done a thing. Oh, Quatre, I almost forgot. Good luck with the whole streaming thing. Yeah, I love watching your streams. If you ever want ideas for outfits, I'd be happy to help.
Huh? Wait, hold on! How did you know it was me?
Oh my gosh. Quatre.
Which streams have you seen?
Jeez. At that, Van somehow managed to calm Quatre down with his friends, figuring out his online identity. There's 100 for Quatre. Gosh, I love how, like, every few episodes we just have, like, the game completely break down for, like, 3 seconds. Alright, hopping back in, we have another Quatre event. I want to make sure 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, we have exactly enough connection points. I didn't know if I'd have to go purchase any or not. Let's go ahead and do Quatre number 2. Quatre's been holed up in his room for a while now. It's weirdly quiet in there. Hey, Quatre, you there?
Van, is it?
My bad. Were you sleeping? Something important or anything? Wait, is it just me or do you sound kind of different?
You were just imagining it.
No, your voice definitely sounds higher pitched. Did you catch a cold or something? You should probably take your temperature.
Don't come in!
I'm coming in.
Don't!
Quatre.
I told you not to come in.
Sorry, I had a hunch something was wrong.
No, it's my fault for not saying anything. But how am I supposed to tell anyone that I've suddenly become a girl? If I had to put it into numbers, normally my body only displays about 10% female characteristics. But right now, I think I'm closer to 60%.
Heard of cases where hormonal imbalances can change parts of the body. But your whole body's different. I take it this has to do with that whole angel thing? Yes. Psychologically, imbalances can affect my body. I was especially unstable when Gran took me in. This kind of thing happened really frequently. But then Essie helped her design a safe stabilizer, which I take regularly. I had no idea. I can only get in touch with Essie or Gran. It's just, none of my calls are going through. It's no wonder he's unstable. But with all these things happening behind the scenes, and his family possibly being connected to it all. Sorry for dumping all of this on you. This isn't the first time this has happened, and I feel fine, so you don't have to worry. Usually my body returns to normal just as quickly as it changes. Does it really work like that? Yeah, I just need to stay calm and ride things out. I just hope I go back to normal before anyone else sees me. I don't think I'm ready for Agnes and the others to see me like this yet. Anything I can do to help? I'm sure you want to get back to normal as soon as possible, right? Consider this my way of making up for barging in here. That's alright. You were just worried about me. Though I suppose combat might be a challenge since I'm not used to this body. Then we'd better figure out a solution pronto. If you're cool with it, we'd better go to the hospital and talk to a specialist or something. Van. Well, if you insist, I'll let you meddle like you always do. And so Quatre agreed to let Van help him get back to his normal self as soon as possible. With Quatre's permission, they went to the hospital to find someone who might be able to help. Oh, I think I've got just the thing. I overheard the police saying they found some documents that Dr. Grant left behind during their investigation. Apparently, he'd been purchasing all manner of medicines through illicit channels. And one of the drugs listed in his inventory was a brand new hormone regulator developed in Remiferia. Really? That sounds perfect. What was the document planning to do with something like that? It has its use in otorhinolaryngology. I got no clue on that one. Ear, nose, and throat treatments, so I doubt it has anything to do with the drugs from the incident. He may have even bought it before you went mad. Never mind. It hurts to think about the man he used to be. In any event, sounded like the police haven't found the medicine in question yet, so I think there's a chance he might have stored it in that underground facility. That's as good a lead as any. Yeah, let's go take a look. After that, the pair spoke with Inspector DeSwanee, and under the pretext of cooperating with the investigation, they began to search the parts of the underground facility that the police had yet to investigate. I'm not seeing what we're looking for. What about you? No, nothing, and I don't remember seeing anything when we were here before. There could be hidden rooms that haven't turned up yet. Guess I'd better try raising the sensitivity of my shard search then. I will help too. Thanks, you guys. Crap, my bad. I'm walking too fast, huh? Sorry, my stamina's not what it used to be. I really need to get back to normal, quick. Hey, no need to panic. If the cause is psychological, then you should try to relax. Here, I'll match your pace. We can take our time and look for those meds.
Right. Thanks, Van. What's going on? Today, he's even more.
I knew it. Look at this data. There's a secret room in this area. All right, let's go. Quatre? Huh? Leave this to me. I had no idea these things were still hanging around. We'd better be quick. Let's go, Quatre. Hey, you okay? Crap, don't tell me you got hurt. I'm okay. I'm okay. What's going on? But This is the room. Hidden just outside of the drug lab, huh? You can tell the doc was pretty conflicted. Ain't that the medicine off the list? Yes, I'm sure of it. That's the new hormone medicine that was developed in Remiferia. According to the specialist, taking it could hasten your transformation. Right. There's a strong possibility that that's the case. And there shouldn't be any side effects, even if it isn't my usual stabilizer. Now I can finally go back. You don't have to if you don't want to, you know. Huh? I mean, it'll probably work, but there's no guarantee. Besides, whether you're a man or a woman, one or the other, there's no good or bad about any of it. Besides, it wasn't so much trouble getting here that you've got to take it just to make the effort worthwhile. The choice is all yours. Van. After that, Van and Quatre shared their findings with Inspector DeSwanee, aiding in his investigation. After giving their thanks to pharmacist Velverine and Nurse Finlay, they left the hospital. Well, that's a surprise. I didn't think it'd work so fast. It shouldn't, normally. I imagine it's more effective due to my unique circumstances and my usual stabilizer. Regardless, I'm just glad I'm back to normal. Are you really? Maybe it's just me, but it looked like you were hesitating back there. Just for a moment. For a second, I felt like it'd be kind of a waste to go back. Wouldn't it be sort of fun just to stay that way? Boy, you've really put all that stuff behind you, huh? I won't pretend I'm over my insecurities, that I'm not worried anymore. My body provides me endless quandaries. But right now, I'm fine with who I am, and that makes me happy.
No matter what form I take, who I choose to be, I'm still me. That's thanks to everyone I've met. So, thank you.
That all goes without saying. Didn't I tell you already? You figured this out on your own. You didn't look away from the truth. You held on. No matter how much it hurt, you moved forward. And I'm damn proud of you for it.
Van.
Anyway, something like this happens again, don't hesitate to come to me. I bet Agnes and Rosette would be happy to help too.
Yeah, I'll make sure to ask them next time. Especially since you can be indelicate with these kinds of things sometimes.
Yeah, did you have to ruin the moment?
Kind of a waste to go back, huh? I'll keep my reasons for feeling that way to myself. At least for now.
That brings Quatre's event to a close. It is a max level Quatre. Who cares about Van? Alright, with Quatre done, we can go ahead and do Bergard, Shizuna, Renne. Honestly, all the rest are ones I actually care about. Let's do it. I'm so mad I missed Shizuna too, man. Let's go ahead and start with Bergard, shall we? Van explained the situation to Agnes. I don't remember where this was exactly. Yeah, this ain't easy. Huh. There's a trick to those metal matches. You have to do it like this. Here, give it another try. Like this, huh? I feel like I'd look into the fire forever. Maybe it's because it was so much trouble to get it going. One of the best parts of camping is enjoying the effort that goes into making things work. In this age of convenience, one could call a struggle a luxury of sorts. Gotta say, relaxing like this is different from when I had to camp out for 4 SPGs. Starting to get why you're so bent on traveling around by bike. I'm just glad I won't have to worry about my kindling getting wet anymore. Why don't I boil water and make us some coffee? By the way, Van, have you ever put roasted marshmallows in your coffee before? Have I what? That sounds awesome! The sweet but slightly bitter flavor of the roasted marshmallows really elevates the coffee. On such a cool night, it's like the flavors have wrapped themselves around us lonely travelers. I'm glad you were enjoying yourself. What's that you're carving? Some sort of Eastern deity? Indeed. In the Far East, these figures are believed to be on the same level as saints. By carving one with a clear mind, one can approach a state of Zen. The man who taught me the Kunlun style told me about it in my youth. I'd love to sit Aaron down and have him do something like that. Remember you mentioned your youth yesterday. You really weren't kidding when you said you traveled across the continent. Indeed not. One could say that my entire life has been defined by travel. I come from a remote village halfway up the Solaris mountain range. When I was young, I was known as quite a troublemaker, always lashing out at everyone around me. You, of all people? Strange as it sounds, I am much like you. In a time of poverty and injustice, even the church's teaching seemed hollow. I can recall feeling trapped, sick and tired of it all. I stewed on those feelings in my isolation. Until a merchant woman visited our village. The tale she told of her journey across the continent fascinated me. That was all it took to show me how insignificant I was, and how wrong I was to lash out when I knew nothing of the world beyond my village. It wasn't long until I left my home and journeyed across the continent, working odd jobs to support myself. 2 years later, I met the man who would become my Kunlun master in the Ishgal Mountains. Your master, huh? What was he like? He was the silent type. It was as if he had become one with nature, truly an immeasurable man. He could be tranquil enough to communicate with the wildlife, but still merciless when it came to my training. He recognized the haze in my heart and straightened me out, mind and body. Everything begins with understanding your own heart. You must first accept that which lies in the abyss. That's what you said to me way back when. I hadn't meant to repeat his words, mind you. It gave me a good laugh when I realized what I had done. I wondered if my master knew then that I would one day take on a student such as yourself. Surely not. I mean, how could he see so far ahead? I mean only that he was keen enough I could believe it. No doubt that uncannily keen eye of his prompted him to send me home shortly after I'd reached an intermediate level. On my return, after many long years of being away, the village was attacked by bandits. As the village burned and I helped the people evacuate, I was overcome by a powerful emotion. A power that I had always sensed within myself. Rage and anger at myself that I never knew how to wield or who to direct it towards. It wasn't until all was said and done that I recognized a monstrous roar as my own. Suddenly, a stigma floated above me, and 100 bandits lay unconscious at my feet. Their leader swore he would have his revenge before a certain organization arrived. The moment I saw the merchant woman and the knights at her beck and call, I couldn't help but cry out. She must have known from the beginning that I would one day inherit the empty seat of the 8th Dominion. No doubt that was why she had come to my village in the first place, to give me the push I needed to look outward, to grow as a person. Later I learned that she and my master were old friends. All I could do was laugh. In any case, that was my second chance meeting with Her Holiness, Orestes II. Current Pope of the Holy City of Arteria, home to the Septian Church. Virtue's one crazy old woman. Surely people are exaggerating, right? You'd think. But the reality is she sees far beyond our earthly existence. No doubt she's even now operating towards some unimaginable goal. For now, I think she has cast her gaze on the Republic, or even the continent as a whole. All while considering what sort of conclusion the world will come to. That's... But, seeing as I am no longer a knight, I cannot stand by her side to offer my support. I must see things through in my own way, and I plan to. If for no other reason than that I do not want to see my students walk a path that they will come to regret. I just heard something important. Regardless, you can count me should you ever need to. I'd like to think I've made some progress over the last year. All thanks to Agnes, my other assistants, and everyone I've met, which of course includes you, Master. Even though I left you, you continue to look out for me, make sure I didn't stray from my path. So I want to be there for you, in whatever way I can, so that I can repay even a little of what I owe you.
Well, look at you. I wasn't away long, but you're a whole new man. Who could have guessed you'd grow so much so quickly? I'm proud to see one of my disciples finally outgrow me.
I might be your disciple, but it's not like I was official. Guess that's just another kind of bond that's keeping me grounded in this world.
Yes, that's exactly right. And with that, I think I've finished. It does look a bit warped, though. Such carving is meant to invoke enlightenment and reflects on one's own heart. But perhaps this is just right for me as I am now. After all, I have cast aside my original mission, and am supporting an unofficial disciple, as it were.
If you're saying I'm part of the reason you're warped, then your other students are going to give me an earful. Still, it means a lot to have your support, Master.
I look forward to continuing our work together, Van.
Bergard is like the biggest anomaly because this should max him out as well. He is the only previous Dominion we've ever met who's not dead. We thought he was dead. We've actually never met a dead Dominion either. None of them have ever died in the games. He was the one we thought was dead, but then turns out he isn't. But it's very interesting because he doesn't follow the church's mission anymore because he can make his own choices. But then it also brings up the thing of like, well, Celis and Leon aren't really following the church's mission right now either because they're going against Kevin directly. But with him done, we should now have Shizuna too. I'm excited for this one. Actually, you know what? Let's do Renne 1 first, because Shizuna 2 is a little bit different than any other connection event we've seen up till now. Sorry to keep you waiting, Van. Yo! One of those Lino's new Orbital scooters, huh? You buy that? Yes, but not for the school commute. It's great for casual riding, and since it has a good handling, I figured I could drive it around Liberal too. Not a bad idea. You're making me want one. I bet it'd be real handy to have if I wanted to shop somewhere a little further out. Not that I'm saying my pickup is inconvenient or anything. Whatever you say, but I should cut to the chase. I wanted to get your help with something. Sorry it's on such short notice. You're talking about that real-world riddle game, right? One of Percy's deals, I take it. His little enterprise has slowly been gaining steam in the capital. I believe that was Daybreak 2, right? It's no surprise, seeing how unique it is. People have been enjoying his game quite a lot. Thanks to our previous interactions, I even help him out on occasion. But the other day I received this invitation. A new real-world riddle game, The Hidden Treasure of Edith Labyrinth. It's a game spread across the city, requiring players to use the subway system and solve riddles. Sounds interesting to me. But seeing as I'm here, it's not that simple. Quite right. I reached out to Percy and he said it has nothing to do with him. The idea that someone might be trying to scam people using the popularity of his games sent him right to the authorities. So far, we only know that there have yet to be any reports of injury or harm, and that I am the only one who has received an invitation. Talk about suspicious, especially since it's clearly targeted. I thought you would say that. Perhaps someone wishes to confess their love before their beloved upperclassman goes home to Liberal. I can only hope it's something along those lines. That'd be way too roundabout, beloved upperclassman. Is it just me, or are you really enjoying yourself? Setting aside the culprit's intentions, the game itself seems quite fun. Now that I've finished transitioning my student council duties, this might be just the exercise my brain needs. And while we have some fun, we can figure out who the culprit is together. Shouldn't that be priority number one? Regardless, I suppose nothing about this seems too much. Nothing about you can surprise me anymore, so I might as well come along for the ride. Could be a nice break, too. The starting point is the train platform here. Now then, shall we play the game? And so Van and Renne made their way down to the subway platform and got to work on the culprit's riddles. I actually have an idea of who this might be. It is who I thought the original game was before we found out it was that Percy guy. I'll see if I was right at the end of this. First things first, we have to figure out where we're getting off by using the hint sealed inside the invitation. Then we'll make our way to the affiliated shops in each district, gathering hints so that we can track down the game's treasure. That's more or less how the game will progress. I should mention, it seems the shops all were roped into using Percy's name. The culprit even sent them the money. Sounds like they're not so much using the game's popularity as hijacking them entirely. Whatever. What's the first hint? Let me see. Oh, insatiable challengers who seek the hidden treasure, make your way to the land of Angles 3, where cultures intersect. In the castle where stories interweave, inspect the nameplate upon which time is inscribed. Huh. They're really trying to set a mood. Seems like it'll be reasonably challenging. But not impossible. If we can think it through, I'm sure we'll be able to solve the riddle. The key is the bit about a place where cultures intersect, and the castle where stories interweave. So what does it mean exactly? Let's see. Alright, found it. Looks like another hint. The land of Angles 3, where cultures intersect, refers to the Tyrell district, while the castle where stories interweave is the movie theater, which means of course that the nameplate is the movie schedule. Wow, congratulations! Your challenger's playing the game, yes? You're the first ones to track down this hint. As a special gift, please accept these swords. So, these are the swords granted to those who seek the treasure. But in reality, they are simply limited-time churros, one of the perks for players of the game, I suppose. The culprit's no slouch if they've got stuff like this lined up. They really know how to keep people motivated. Then shall we continue? After that, Van and Renne rode the subway across the capital, gathering hints as they went along. The difficulty of the riddles worked nicely with the story attached to them, making it a game well worth playing. The limited time specials offered by the affiliated shops served as a fantastic motivation. Van and Renne use their perception and deductive powers to rapidly solve riddle after riddle. Until finally, this is the final riddle. The hidden treasure can be found where the kitty and the Spriggan first met. Now hold on a second. The other riddles have been rather indirect, but this one gets straight to the point. Where the kitty and the Spriggan first met. Do you remember, Van? How could I forget? Let's not waste any more time. Right. Ever the trickster, I swear. Huh? What are you folks doing over here? No one's allowed in while we're working. Oh wait, are you guys playing that riddle game? Bingo. The organizer reached out to us. Turns out you folks are the first ones to finish the whole thing. Hey guys, there's a reason we're not seeing this guy's eyes right now. There's something hidden over there. Treasure or whatever. Since you're here, why not come and take a look with us? I've been meaning to say thank you after everything that happened with Potter Mater. I'll have to pass. I'm not so self-absorbed as to get in the way of your moment. Good day, Renne, and well done, Spriggan. Hey, wait a sec. That must be the treasure in question. To the beautiful young lady, Renne Bright. I present this modest bouquet of flowers in celebration of completing your time abroad in Calvard. We have known each other for quite some time now, but who would have guessed you'd become such a beautiful young woman? Oh, it is him. Oh, I just got chills. At the end of your long journey, you found a place for yourself in the world. You even managed to bury the past but a few months ago. Your beauty may have been polished in the darkness, but you shine even more brilliantly in the light. This new vision of elegance fills me with great joy. Man, my eyes just got a little... That chill went all the way up to my eyeballs. Got a little teary-eyed there. I look forward to your future growth. With love, Phantom Thief Blue Block. Ouroboros is Enforcer number 10, huh? I've heard about him before. But I never thought I'd get involved with him like this. I'm sure he was just passing through the Republic. No doubt he came to offer his congratulations once he heard I was finishing my time abroad. Doing it like this is so very like him. He put together a whole freaking game and everything. But how the hell did he learn about this place? Finding out where you and I first met 6 years ago? I'm sure that was child's play to the elusive Phantom Thief. Although, I can't say for certain whether or not he planned for us to come here together. This place brings back memories. The way I remember it, after you left the society and got away from that professor who was on your tail. You wandered aimlessly until you found yourself here, right? Yes, I was just a little lost kitten quivering in fear. Then you suddenly sat down next to me and spoke to me. Hey there, little lady. You're gonna catch a cold if you hang around here at night. And who are you? Can you please leave me alone? I don't wish to talk to anyone right now. That makes two of us. I just started this gig, you see, and I've already messed up big time. Went and lined up to buy this famous cake just to take my mind off things. Actually heading home right now. Is that so? How very kind of you to share the dull minutiae of your daily life. Tell me, would you rather make yourself scarce or be slaughtered here and now? Now, don't be all prickly. To be honest, I didn't think you'd ever even be here. That your guy wasn't lying. Grandpa? Look, it's cold out, so why don't you swing by my place? We got some black tea that'll go great with this cake. Looking back on it, you did act quite suspiciously. You're lucky I didn't report you to the police. Yeah, and thanks for not slaughtering me too. In the end, you stayed at my place for a while as I did whatever I could to keep the professor at bay. We even managed to make it work until you made it into Crossbell. Wow, they met right after the events of Trails in the Sky, the second chapter. That's wild. Honestly, I don't know what the old man was thinking, trusting you to a young guy who'd only just opened up shop. It's because you reminded him of me. We both chose solitude, distancing ourselves from the ones we cared about most. He must have felt we could get along because we shared a similar heart of darkness. I swear that guy. Sound like I made my past public knowledge. Anyway, it's true that I did feel comfortable with you. That brief time I spent with you and your welcoming darkness helped me heal just a bit. And it gave me the gentle push I needed to take the hands offered by those dear to me.
Thank you, Van, for everything you did for me. Far be it from me to be honest with my feelings, but I thought I ought to say so before returning to Liberl.
Nothing to thank me for. You commissioned me for a job and we both helped each other out in the end. Gotta say, I'm damn glad I took that job. When you do head out, You take care in Liberal, okay?
I will. You take care too, Van. And take good care of Agnes, won't you?
Huh? Of course I will. Afterwards, they let Percy know that the riddle game issue has been resolved, and once he saw Renne off, Van got back to work. Blue Blanc is who that was. That's who I thought it was back whenever we did the first game with Percy. Blue Blanc is probably like my top 3 favorite Ouroboros members, maybe even my number 1 like current Ouroboros members. He's just such a well-written character. He's a character who has had a presence in every game from the first game all the way up to Daybreak. Fortunately, he did not appear, or I don't think was even mentioned in Daybreak 1 or 2. So I'm really glad he not only had a presence, that was him, that was the worker. That's why he wasn't showing his face. If you guys, we did see him, the Phantom Thief B. We had a little side quest with them back in Trails in the Sky first chapter, but if you're interested to see the first time he actually appears, just wait till the Trails in the Sky second chapter remake gets released later this year. So with that, we are about halfway done with the connection events. I think we've gone through 6, we have 6 more. So let's go ahead and start by hopping back into Shizuna number 2. This one is a little bit different than some of the previous ones. Oh, it's Shizuna's attendant.
Yes, it's me, Quatre. Thank you again for your help yesterday, Sir Arkwright.
Right back at you. So, what's up? I was expecting to get an encrypted orb mail from you. I apologize for reaching out so suddenly, but it's regarding a matter I wish to remain private. The truth is, the princess was supposed to come to Longlai on business today. But she has yet to arrive. I was hoping you might know something. She's supposed to be in Longlai on the day of the rocket launch, huh? Sure sounds fishy. So, she's basically playing hooky? Nothing seemed to be bothering her in the garden, but I guess it's not like she'd tell us anything. The princess can be fickle at times, but it sounds like you have the means to contact her. Yeah, I know a place where I can get in touch with her. Want me to reach out? That would be greatly appreciated. Though it is a relief that she was fine the last time you saw her. When I spoke to her briefly yesterday, it seemed as though she was fighting back her heightened emotions. What? Forget I said anything. I'm sorry to trouble you with this, but please reach out to her. Yesterday, huh? Now that I think about it, it did seem like something might have happened with Schwarzer and his squad. Oh, good. Looks like she's logged into the garden right now. No one else in there. Works for me. What the hell's with this insane spiritual presence? Where's Shizuna? Don't tell me. Ugh, she is such a damn pain. Whoa. It's the same place as before, but the vibe is totally different. I figured you were here. That aura of yours. Ugh.
Wonderful.
That looks
That
cool.
felt fantastic.
Is she the Black God right now?
I've never felt like this before. Each swing has been honed to perfection. So very sharp. So very deep. Transparent as the ocean. Each swing bears a 0.
I hate that. Huh? Shizuna Rem Misaragi, the Divine Blade of Ruin.
You've come at the perfect time, Van. Let us continue what we started. Together, I know we can reach that grand frontier.
Yeah, no thanks. At least not when you've let yourself become nothing more than a beast. We went yellow hair Grendel? What? The Grendel Shin? Don't know if this place can hold up to us throwing down, but that's not really my problem right now. I'm gonna wake you up from that nightmare. Open your damn eyes, Shizuna. Man, I really wish I had done this whenever I didn't fat finger it and click A. Here we go. This is why I said it's slightly different. We are not only not playing as our regular Grendel, we're playing as the Grendel Shin. We're also fighting Shizuna, the Divine Blade of Ruin. So here we go. I am not at all prepared for this, but let's see what happens, shall we? Rapid Onslaught. Limited Blaster, True Radiant Sunray. Curious if it's any different now that we're in the blonde hair Grendel. No, I guess not. It's the same. Enemy S-Break. Zeroth Gleam. We've already seen Zeroth Gleam a million times. I'll tell you, it's cool to see your eyes white, though. They fully animated all of it. And she's Spirit Unifications, dude. Well, we'll just go punch, punch, punch. I'm not actually too worried about this fight. Because we are stuck in this Grendel form the whole time. So, like, we can't lose. I mean, I guess we could. She could deal enough damage to us, but we are in the Grendel form the whole time, so really not anything to be too worried about. And we're going to get the... Well, actually, we can't get the EX chain. We don't have a teammate here. There we go. We win. That's why I was like, this is a slightly different fight. I didn't know we were going to be fighting in this, but I did know there was a fight of some kind. I actually thought we were fighting with Shizuna. I knew it. That's what's causing this. Ugh. What are you fools doing? What is the meaning of this? I wondered why a combat zone had expanded in the garden and was ripping apart the open data domain. You put so much stress on the system that one wrong move would have ravaged the spirit veins in the real world. If I hadn't been propping up the system in real time, it would have collapsed entirely. Huh, no wonder it was holding up. Sorry, but can I leave the rest up to you, including sending us back to base? Yeah, how dare you make me use extra resources at a time like this? Made it. Damn, he was pissed, and his concern about the resources is concerning. Still, it was thanks to him we managed to duke it out. Phew. Are you good now? Yeah, thanks to you. Looks like I made a real mess for you this time around. Are you kidding? This time? Yeah, sorry. And thanks. You really saved my butt. Seriously? Got into a duel last night. More of a skirmish, really, but it was as if we were finishing something we started 1.5 years ago. I went as far as I could, but in the end, I couldn't make it to the end. The curse smoldering in Akigarasu started to leak out, all because of my emotions. I had meant to get it under control myself, but it swallowed me whole. Seems like I awakened as the Divine Blade of Ruin. You told me the name of that sword of yours before. But all this stuff about curses and doom is kinda wild. I take it you're not okay? Not really. I've only returned to the problem to its sheath, as it were. But at least this time I was able to put it to rest without devouring anyone. All because I was able to fight you until I couldn't fight anymore. This time, huh? Did something happen before? It's known as Akigarasu, like a crow cawing at daybreak, but its true name has been lost to history. It is a weapon that had inherited both blood and curse, and the ability to connect souls and exorcise demons. I've been tasked with wielding this blade and keeping it in check. Master began to train me himself as soon as I was old enough to be aware of my surroundings. The curse sealed within this blade was apparently too much, too powerful. Its darkness transformed me into a beast that lusted for battle. When I came to, I was simply standing there. In my hand was the sword from which I had finally wrested back control. And at my feet, those that I had harmed, among them, my brother's corpse. I think I finally get it now. That's where it all began for you, isn't it? I wonder. Even after that horrible tragedy, I'm still every bit the child I was back then. I still practice my blade to my heart's content, to reach a state of zero. Just because it's so much fun. That's why I do everything that I do. Look, I ain't gonna tell you that's the wrong way to live. Enjoy life to your fullest, be the best you can be. That's the ideal way to live, frankly. But I don't buy that that's all there is to you. At least not now. You may go wherever you want and do whatever you like, but you still give us a helping hand when we need it. Plus, we've become so close you're willing to lay it all on the table. I suppose so. I wonder what made me wag my tongue. Maybe it's because it's you. You don't think you can understand me, and yet you make the effort to try anyway. You always talk about trying to avoid problems, but you're always the first one to step into them. Like I said before, you just scoop up little bits from all over. And here you are, trying to scoop me up as well. Hey.
Wait a sec. Isn't this a form of love, in a way?
Huh? What the hell are you talking about? Honestly, I don't think I'll ever understand you. But I'm starting to think I want to. A little bit, anyway. I feel like I'm finally getting a small peek into your way of doing things.
Oh. Maybe that's the reason you were able to pull me back from becoming a beast. If I've got someone like you around, then maybe... Alright, that settles it. I feel bad for Kaede and Kurogane, but I think they'll forgive me for this much.
Just what are you talking about now?
What do you think?
You know what? I don't think I want to know.
Oh, come on! At least take a guess.
Stop acting like a clingy girlfriend. So, this is where you've been, princess? Oh boy. Ah, you're here. I take it Marduk gave you a hand? Indeed, I asked for their aid and they produced a limited account so that I could access this space for now. Now, first and foremost, princess, I'm glad you're unhurt. Yeah, sorry for worrying you. Once Kaede began her stern lecture, Shizuna fled from the garden, and after saying goodbye to an exasperated Kaede, Van too logged out. Does that mean Shizuna and Van are a potential? Oh my god, if they are, Shizuna and Van, 100%. There is literally nobody else. Nobody else for Van but Shizuna. Alright, and with that, that is all of the connection events on Van's route. Let's go ahead and get started on Renne. Renne's group decided to take a short break. Is that your new orbital camera? Yes, it has an excellent high-definition lens, first-rate resolution, and is even capable of recording high FPS video. It can even connect to the orbital network, its latest high-end model. I've been wanting one for a while. Visiting the Republic was the perfect excuse to buy one. Though, I'm a little embarrassed by how much money I spent on it. And how much was that? Actually, forget it. I don't think I want to know the answer. I didn't realize you were so into photography. Well, I started with just a toy camera like Milliam's. But I guess it was around 2 years ago, after the Crossbell incident, that I got more serious about it. Especially because Milliam and I took a bunch of pictures commemorating what happened. Both Yuna and Milliam asked me to take lots of photos while I'm here. So I'd appreciate any help you can give me. I'm also hoping you can use your unclouded eye to find me the perfect shots. It's not really meant for this kind of thing. In any event, let's wander around a bit and see if we can find some really photogenic subjects. Let's start the mission. Why don't we start with the artisanal district? Its traditional architecture has a nice atmosphere. You can really get a sense of where Basel's comes from. According to the research, this place used to have a huge artisanal guild in the Middle Ages. They were ultimately the predecessor to the Altina, what are you doing? You have a great expression on your face whenever you talk about history. The only problem is that whenever you start talking about history, you never stop. Sorry. Even my students sometimes give me grief about it. Honestly, I don't mind. It's nice getting to hear one of your lectures again, Instructor Renne. Renne's a history teacher, if you guys don't know. That is his day job. His night job is saving the world. He's like Batman. But Batman's not a teacher. Is there a superhero teacher? I can't think of one off the top of my head. Or their day job is being a teacher. Being here like this is really nostalgic for me. We would walk around taking pictures just like this back when I attended the Thor's branch campus. That's right. I remember you took a ton of pictures. It's a little embarrassing to think about now. I really didn't know what I was doing, so I pretty much just took random pictures of anything. Maybe it's hard to look back on them now that you know so much about photography, but I really love those photos. They brought out everyone's charm. Really? That's its own kind of embarrassing. Boy, it sure takes me back. Those photos ended up in our graduation album. You know, the current photography club still really loves the atmosphere you captured in those photos. Those animal toy cameras really took off with the students for a time, too. Those cute cameras were big with military academy students? I kind of feel bad now. Man, this could have been the first time I saw Clammy. I think I underestimated you, Basil. I did not expect there'd be so many great photo ops in a city as developed as this. It definitely has a different flavor from Roar back home in the Empire. Bet you've already got plenty of great shots with that camera. Yes, it is a brand new model after all. I'm sure that Yuna, Muse, Milium, and everyone else will be happy to see them. Definitely. When we get back, I'm gonna have to make it up to Kurt and Ash. Not just with your photos, since they've been taking time out of their busy schedules to cover for me on campus. Yeah, maybe we can hold another Class 7 reunion. It's been a while. Hard to believe it's been 2 years since you and the others graduated. Now Yuno's fulfilled her role of joining the special support section, and Kurt's assistant teaching his swordsmanship abroad. Ooh, I wonder where. Muse has officially taken the title of Duchess Cayenne, and Ash is traveling around the continent on bike. They've all either fulfilled their dreams or chasing the goals they set for themselves as students. Why is Milium included there? She wasn't that Class 7. I've never been more happy to be an instructor than when I watched you guys graduate. And now, you're back at Thor's after your year of studying abroad in Le Mans. I have to say, it was a surprise finding out you weren't just working for the Thor Strategic Research Lab, but for the Foundation as well. Yes, well, Toa is in a similar situation with her work. I've managed to maintain frequent communication with Yuna and the others. We don't get to see each other very often anymore. Everyone's busy after all. We're adults now. I mean, look how much taller you've gotten. Yes, now if only my proportions would fill out. Maybe this is what I get for not being as relaxed as Milium. Well, everyone grows it differently. Anyway, everyone's off doing what they can to become cornerstones of this world we live in. I'm really proud of all of you. Have you been lonely? A little. You guys were my first students after all, so I felt both happy and a little lonely watching all of you set off. But more than any of that, I'm proud. Proud that I got to see you all graduate and grow so much. And yet you still treat me like a child, giving me head pats without a thought. Sorry, bad habit. I've been trying to stop. Still, I'm happy you feel that way about us. It's one of those reasons that I chose to go back to Thor's. When I enrolled, you didn't just treat me as your partner, you also looked after me as my mentor. I may not be an instructor, but still, I wanted to be near you so that I could see the same things you do. I see. Honestly, back when we were still completing orders together, the year before you enrolled, I would have never imagined you saying something like that. Ah. Thinking back on it, we used to be enemies in the Civil War before that. As the Ashen Chevalier, I ended up having to take orders from the Imperial government. That was when the Intelligence Division sent you to keep an eye on me.
Brings back memories. I might as well have been a puppet at first. But then I ended up supporting you during our missions, and joined the Thor's branch campus. And by meeting Yuna and the others while studying under your tutelage, I slowly found myself.
And here we are now, still together. I suppose you could say we've been seeing the same sights together for a long time now. And along the way, you grew into someone capable of standing shoulder to shoulder with me, as my partner.
Yes, you're right. I hope you'll allow me to keep on supporting you as a member of Thor's, so that we can continue to share the same sights.
Of course. I'm counting on you, Altina.
After that, Altina took photos of the rest of their friends while they were hanging out. After putting together the data she planned to send to Yuna and the others, she and her friends resumed their work. That's 100 more points for Altina. She will be able to get maxed out whenever we do the, I think it was Toa and Altina event. So let's do it. Let's see what else we got. Renne, we got a Toa, and then Altina and Toa. Didn't realize I skipped a Toa by herself. I think it's because it was... Oh, it's because it was Altina and Fee, and then Crow. So Toa just, unfortunately, got left behind. We're almost done. Only 3 more. Well, 4 more if you include this one, which you should. Ranger group decided to take a short break. Okay, we're connected to the long-range network. Can everyone see me? We can see you, Instructor Toa. Whoa, this is crazy. This is how remote classes work. It feels so weird attending one of your classes while you're all the way in the Republic. Since I'm here for work, I thought this would be a fun opportunity to try something different. This is just an after-school test, so there should only be volunteers in attendance. But is it just me, or are there a crazy amount of people connected? It's not just you. We ended up with over 100 students from both the branch and main campuses wanting to participate. There are also some kids here who aren't your students, plus kids from other grades, and even people calling in from their dorms. Wow, I guess I didn't put a limit on how many people could join. Just goes to show how interesting this remote class idea is. Sounds like you're going to need some help. Ah, is that you, Instructor Schwarzer? Oh my gosh, Instructor Renne's going to teach us too? I'm just here as her assistant, you guys. Since this class isn't part of the curriculum, let's cover a broad range of subjects. Right, good idea. Let's begin. Thank you very much. And that's all for the video explanation. The Great Shadar Triangle is visible in the summer, and you can use that to find all kinds of constellations. Wow, astronomy is so cool. Now I kind of want to take your astronomy class. It's so easy to follow along with when you're playing a video at the same time. It'd be great if in-person classes had them too. Does anyone have any questions? Me. Huh? The first person who raised their hand was Anila from Class 4. Go ahead. Rain's visual acuity is crazy. And then, that's why... Sorry, Renne, the sound choppy. Could play that more time? Something's up. There's a stream delay. I guess that makes sense considering how many people joined over such a long distance. Hold on, I'm going to use the mirror server we're borrowing from the Institute of Science to help do some processing. How's the stream now? The video and audio are back to normal. Well done, Instructor Toa. Wait, since when were there over 200 people on this call? That's pretty much every student between the main and branch campuses. This is way beyond what I was expecting. No wonder we had connection problems. That's cool and all, but there's something I've been meaning to ask. Oh, is there something you didn't understand? So, like, you two are in the same room, right? And does that mean you're sharing a room? Huh? Of course not. There are other people with us, so... This is totally one of those workplace romance things, isn't it? And had a hotel, too? No way. Instructor Toa's doing something like that? I told you, these two have been suspicious for ages now. Instructor Renne say it ain't so? Settle down. That's quite enough frivolous of speculation. Or do you want me to give you all extra homework for your next class? Eek, I was just kidding. We'll behave, so please don't. Gosh, we're continuing the lesson, okay? And that will be all for today's lesson. Everyone make sure you review what we covered. When we get back to the academy, we'll also be holding practical classes, so be ready. Okay. Everyone rise. Thank you very much. Yeah, we made it through in one piece. Thanks for helping out, Renne. It was my pleasure. Honestly, I had no idea what we would do once that many people logged in. I never thought I'd be teaching so many students at once. Remote classes, huh? Now that I've experienced one for myself, it's clear they come with their own unique difficulties. Still, it's pretty incredible that we can do a lesson from another country entirely. Indeed, if the technology continues to improve, I feel like the teaching profession could change completely. Maybe even education as a whole. Humanity has come so far, we're even on the verge of going to the stars, a place we'd only been able to observe with telescopes. I guess what we find up there might force me to rethink my astronomy classes. Hey Toa, forgive me if I'm wrong. I know you came to Basel to back us up, and that you wanted to hold this remote class while we're here. But there's something else you wanted to do while we're here, isn't there? I mean, you went out of your way to get permission from Professor Hamilton and Vern's CEO to go up to the observatory. Was it that obvious? You're right. I feel like I might learn something. Something about my grandpa. Her grandfather, huh? He was the director of the Imperial Museum. Oh, but that's just a piece of it. I really am curious about the telescope. Not hard to see why. It's supposedly the most advanced telescope on the entire continent. We've gone stargazing together a bunch before. Do you think this is going to be very different? It's on a whole other level. I can't wait. We haven't checked out the stars together in a while, you know? Now that I think about it, it's been a long time since we taught a class together, too. You're right. Doesn't help that admissions have been increasing every year since the war. My class is located on the branch campus, and since you're a senior instructor for all of Thor's, your battleground is the main campus, so to speak. Even when we both traveled between campuses, we're still not teaching classes together. What I mean to say is, the remote experiment really brought me back to when the branch campus first opened. I feel the same way. God, it looks so bad.
My whole life changed at dizzying speeds.
In comparison, of course. It was an amazing game.
Doing that remote class just now helped me understand something. There are things that don't change. And those things are extremely precious to me.
Yeah, it's the same for me. Not just focusing solely on doing things efficiently, but by putting everyone's heads and hearts together. That's part of what makes Thor's Thor's.
Exactly. Say, when we get back to the Empire, would you be willing to talk about your experience working at Artemis? Maybe convince them that the branch and main campus could run joint classes together? I mean, I'm sure that would just make things busier for us, but still.
I'm up for it. Let's give it our all. We can do it if we do it together, Renne.
After that, Renne and Toa put away their equipment, and they met up with their friends to resume work. If Toa's voice actress ever doesn't want to do the work anymore, I think I could cover for her, don't you guys? I think I do a pretty good Toa, if I do say so myself. Here we go. We got one last one in Renne's route, Altina and Toa. And then I probably need to rest my voice, because, man, Toa's voice, I hit an octave. It doesn't, I know for a fact it doesn't come across in recording, because it never does. But, man, I hit an octave that I should not be hitting at a regular frequency. Let's do it. Ow, it's expanding, Altina. Don't rush it. Just take your time. Please don't talk to me. I need to focus. Sorry.
Alright, I'm next.
It's so heavy. Are you okay, Toa? Want me to hold it up for you?
I'm fine, so please don't talk to me.
Oh, my bad.
Your turn, Renne. They turned out super cute. They're so stylish and elegant, and they capture the beauty of imperfection.
Sure do. They're perfect for the season, and they'll make great gifts.
I think I could have made mine better. Darn. Looking homemade is part of its charm.
Oh, your fate line is quite remarkable. This line signifies the people who rely on you and how you continue to live up to those expectations.
That sounds accurate to me. You've managed to balance your work both as an instructor and as a member of the ICO. I won't say it's been easy. Helping people just makes me feel happy, so I always end up going overboard.
I'm no match for you. Your heart line is quite intriguing. What was once a hole has now been filled. This is proof that you have now lived a positive experience.
Really?
You're definitely more expressive now than you were in the past.
Yeah, you've gotten even cuter. Guys, stop. How embarrassing.
Oh, this love line. I must take a closer look. This is incredible. I have never witnessed such a love reading as this. I see multiple fates intermingling. If you make one wrong move, you could find yourself bound. It is a miracle that you have made it this far while shouldering such immense karma. Kuwabara, Kuwabara. Surely you're exaggerating.
Actually,
she's not wrong. Please don't act like this makes sense.
There's so much to see and do here. Is it true that you have Eastern heritage, Toa? Yes, though I believe it's only a small part. I've been thinking about it for a while now. Being here feels strangely nostalgic. Thanks for giving us the tour, Renne.
I mean, I've only been here once myself. I'm just glad you two were able to relax, especially since I'm the one who got you roped into all of this.
Is that really what you think? Your bad habit is rearing its ugly head again.
She's right, you know. You didn't rope us into anything.
Oh, right.
I get why you'd feel that way, with everything that's going on. After all, you're on the cusp of reuniting with someone very important to you. Honestly, we would be happier if you could relax.
We all came here so that we could fight together. You, Crow, Fee, and the two of us. So stop trying to shoulder it all on your own. Let's get through this as a team.
You're right. I'll be counting on all of you. I want to show my master that you're all part of my growth.
Good. Now that that's settled, let's relax as much as we can. I still want to buy souvenirs for Yuna, Milliam, and the others downstairs. Great idea. I bet they've got all sorts of exclusive items here. Since this work trip seems like it's going to last a while, I'd better get some souvenirs for the other instructors too. Not to mention for Kurt and Ash, seeing as they're helping us out.
We're going to have a ton of stuff to carry home. After that, the three took their time picking out souvenirs for their friends back in the Empire. They then met up with the others to resume their work. That was a very quick connection event. There's Altina maxed out. And there's Toa maxed out. As well as Renne. These do technically have benefits if you do want to do a nightmare run, because they are just passive buffs to everybody. And now, there are only two more to do, right? Yep, because we finished Renne, we have finished Van, all we have left is Kevin, we have one with Lapis, and one with Nadia. Great. Why did I leave all female characters in both of their routes? Lapis is easy. Nadia is as bad as Toa for me. Kevin's group decided to take a short break. Why does Lapis have her own? That's so weird. This looks like it might be a good spot. Yep. I've got a bite.
One more time. Yeah. Yep. Come on. Yeah, why can't I catch anything? Lapis? Oh, Kevin, have you come to fish as well? Nah, I was wondering where you went. Thought I'd see what you're up to. I didn't expect to find you volunteering to clean up the oasis. I'm so impressed. Here, have a candy. Yeah. I'm just messing with you, sorry. Guess I never pegged you for an angler. Not that you seem to be doing a good job of it. I do not require your pity. Unrelated, but are you any good at fishing? I'm alright. I don't mean to brag, but I do manage to keep myself fed when I'm out on trips. Oh, if you'd like, I could give you some pointers. Please? Oh, and may I have that candy too? Yep. This candy is delicious. Well, great. You know, you're more outdoorsy than I thought. I mean, going fishing and all. I take it that's Swin and Nadia's influence? Yeah, they taught me how to fish when we first started our journey together. Did you know that fish you catch yourself are super tasty? Really? Then how many fish have you caught? Just a few. But I caught a bunch on my own before, I swear. Maybe you're just not used to that new body of yours yet. Fishing is like a conversation. Whatever panic you feel will travel through the rod, down into the water, and alert the fish. So, first things first, lower your line into the water slowly and wait. Even if something bites, you must remain calm. Okay, I'll give it a try. You know, you were surprisingly nice to me, considering you are cold to everyone else.
Say what now?
What? It could be a while before something bites. We might as well have a conversation of our own.
I'm not trying to be nice to you, Lapis. I'm basically just giving you a sort of candy to make sure you do your job properly from here on out.
Huh? Would that be called nihilism? You really shouldn't say something like that to someone. They would never have to know otherwise.
You're the one who asked. Well, whatever. Maybe talking about social subtleties is a little tough for you.
Maybe, but that's why Rufus and I are such a great pair. But what about you, Kevin? I heard you used to do these sorts of jobs a long time ago. But this is hardly used to, is it?
You've got me there. I suppose being an adult means knowing when to flip the switch. Because that's why I was selected for this.
Huh. I don't really get it, but that sounds tough.
I mean, I don't know what reaction I expected, but why am I even talking to you like this?
Don't ask me what's going on in your head. But you know, I am kind of jealous of you.
Of me?
I've never once doubted who I am. At the end of the day, I'm probably never going to change. There's no reason for me to change myself, and no reason for anyone to change me.
But a few months ago, when I became Altera, I encountered the feelings and sins of Swin, Nadia, and so many others. And ever since then, I sometimes have this feeling of uncertainty. Not knowing what that uncertainty is only makes me feel worse. I am me. But is that really enough?
I see. Sorry, but I don't have any words of comfort for you. Nor do I think you'll find those answers with Rufus and the others. You've just got to think it through for yourself. You've got to find that answer on your own.
On my own? Yeah, you're right. I get that feeling too. You know? You're actually a nice guy, Kevin.
No, Lapis. I already told you. Fine. Sure. I'm a nice guy.
Whoa, I better reel this in fast.
Hold on. Remember to remain calm. Gotta let it exhaust itself once it bites. Now. Yep.
I did it, and it's huge. Wow, I wonder what it tastes like.
That's your first thought?
This is all because of you, Kevin. Thanks so much.
I mean, I didn't really do anything, but you're welcome, I guess.
All right, time to catch an entire school.
Is that really enough, huh? Can't say I don't know what that feels like.
The two of them continued at it, catching multiple fish. They brought the fruits of their labor back to the inn, where they cooked and ate the fish together with everyone else. And that's a maxed out Lapis. And that's a maxed out Kevin. And I don't want to disappoint myself, but I do just need to check. Is Nadia the only one I'm missing? Let's see. If I go to connect, and I go to Nadia. Okay, we will get all of them done. Oh, I was a little worried we were going to miss out on one. Here we go. Last one, guys. Let's do Nadia. Hidden Weapons versus Heretic Hunter. What a fun name. Huh? You want me, the Heretic Hunter, to coach you on how to use concealed weapons?
Exactly. I mean, sure, you're the Heretic Hunter again now. But when you think about it, you made a decision to put that life away, just like us.
I guess so. You'd say I'm sort of the trendsetter.
Now you get it. I figured maybe you could teach me a thing or two about non-lethal application of concealed weapons.
Well, I'd be lying if I said I didn't want to see some of your garden techniques too. Alright, fine. I can run you through the basics. To start with, where do you hide those needles of yours?
Usually in my sleeves. That way when I need to use them, I can just slip them right out. And if I need to be extra stealthy, I hide them inside of Bear and Bear.
Gotcha. You've got the right idea, but remember, metal detectors are pretty common these days. And there are people who will inspect your bear the second they see it. It's a perfect place to hide stuff, after all. That's why I do this.
Wait, where'd that come from?
I hide it in my belt. It's an ultra-thin dagger made of a special metal. You could say I was inspired by the a whip-like sword from the southeast. Since it's thin and flexible, I can hide it in the leather of my belt without poking myself. But that doesn't mean it isn't sharp. Plus, if someone catches it with a metal detector, they'll just think that it's part of the belt.
Wow, I didn't see that coming. I figured you just hid your weapons in your shoes or something.
Now, let's see what you do if you were passing your target on the street.
Okay, I'm a pro at that.
Huh, exactly what I expected. I'd get a normal person just fine. But you have to get into their range to do it, which means if the other person is faster than you, this'll happen.
You're right. I didn't think about that. I guess I've never used this sort of technique on someone skilled. Then should I wait until I've gone past them and then throw a needle behind me? They're pretty heavy, so they're quite powerful, and if I put some poison on them, then they'd be more than enough to take someone down.
We're still talking about non-lethal techniques, right? Either way, it wouldn't work. Someone skilled would sense your bloodlust and dodge immediately. Here's an idea. You use thread, right, Nadia?
Yep, to seal my opponent's movements.
And maybe you could attach your thread to your needles before you throw them. Or you could set up a bunch of thread ahead of time and aim to graze them with your weapons. You'd be able to adjust your needle's trajectory in midair, and even a skilled opponent would have trouble keeping track of their movements.
Oh, wow. A mix of techniques, huh? I'm into that kind of thing. I met a maiden crossbow with a similar style of fighting. I think I could maybe pull it off. It won't be easy, but if I can use both needles and thread simultaneously, the effort will be worth it.
And so the pair continued their special training. Kevin revealed several methods of concealing weapons to Nadia, and he was also able to use several of Nadia's techniques as a point of reference for himself.
Boy, I definitely got a lot out of that. You haven't lost your touch, Mr. Heretic Hunter.
If I had, I wouldn't have come back. Power to hunt and the power to protect are two sides of the same coin. Which is why I've never disregarded my old techniques, even though I'm known as the Thousand-Hand Guardian these days.
Is that so? I guess it's good to know that our past experience won't go to waste. Though I do gotta wonder, why do you feel so guilty about going back?
What are you talking about?
I mean, you didn't even tell that gluttonous sister where you were going when you left. Couldn't you have just been honest with her?
Jeez, just how much do you know?
Oh, I was right? Honestly, I thought I'd just make some guesses based on how you were acting and see what came loose. I can never tell when you're lying. I'm not hiding anything from Reese. When this job's done, I'm going to tell her everything. It's just, if I told her beforehand, she'd try to go down this path with me. He's already saved me from my past once. I won't put her through it again. So, I'll wait until I'm the Thousand-Hand Guardian again, and things have calmed down, and then I'll... Boo. Wrong answer. You underestimate a woman's heart. Go down this path with you? Have you ever considered that there's more than one way to do that? No way that someone who saved you from the abyss is simple-minded. I mean, it's hard to know without actually talking to her, but I bet she could stay at your side without succumbing to the darkness. You might be surprised at her strength and flexibility.
I guess you're probably right now that I think about it. In the end, I'm just pulling the same crap here that I did to her back in Phantasma, aren't I? I know she's not weak or naive. She could have handled this. Man, she ain't gonna be happy when I get back and tell her.
Great. It's just like I thought. I'm glad you finally figured things out. Be honest and apologize. Oh, and make sure to get her something good to eat, too.
Yeah. I never am gonna understand a woman's heart, am I?
Maybe not. But that doesn't mean she's not hoping for you to make at least a little progress. Opportunity knocks, so why not take this chance to show her she can put some faith in you for once?
Hey, just how much do you know? And what's that got to do with what we were talking about?
Nadia continued to mock Kevin, and afterwards, he re-examined his own determination and mental state. Once Nadia was satisfied with her new techniques, the pair met back up with the rest of their group to resume their patrol. Oh, we're not done.
All right. Now that I've gotten a glimpse of Onion Priest's resolve, we're going to hang with him until the end, no matter how things turn out.
And there we go. That is a maxed out Nadia, meaning you should get an achievement for getting all characters to their maximum connection stage. And we'll also get an achievement, the Amulet of Fate. You get plus 50 strength, plus 50 defense. And with that, guys, up to this point, if you've done everything, you'll have some alignments you still need to do. You should have 330 enemies logged. I won't go over the blackjack stuff. You can get all the drivers, but you do need to make sure you're using your quick arts. You can have this, but it's not important. 500 SCLM supports is possible, as well as all dual arts used and quick arts used. All of these are possible up to this point. The only things you have not done on your first playthrough, even if you've got all the battle achievements done, is you should have 330 enemies logged, as well as your alignment choices, because you cannot max all of them out in a single playthrough. And so, guys, with that, we're going to go ahead and wind things down here. In the next episode, we will finally bring Trails Beyond the Horizon to a close. I will see you guys then.